Hi beef lovers, I kind of debated on making this video, but I've decided that I probably want to use the process I am going to explain to you as a learning experience regardless. Today I got a call from a friend who works at one of the local businesses downtown. They came across a neonatal kitten that was abandoned literally in the middle of an alley. So I went downtown, I picked up this kitten. The ladies had done a wonderful job at already trying to care for this kitten. And I'm sure you're wondering why I maybe did not want to post this. Neonatal kittens have an extremely high mortality rate. There are a lot of risks involved, anything from illness, parasite, temperature, FKS, which is fading kitten syndrome, hypoglycemia, malnutrition, failure to thrive when it comes to kittens, especially ones that are without a mom. So as much as I want to share this experience, the sad reality is sometimes, despite our best efforts, things don't always work out, and we can do everything we think is right. We can be prepared to the best of our ability, and unfortunately, the universe just has other plans. In the unfortunate event that a biddy neonatal kitty does not make it, it is not an uncommon event. It happens quite often, not as easy as everybody thinks it is. Even if the worst case scenario were to occur, maybe this will be an educational experience that maybe people will take it more serious to spay and neuter your pets, help with local TNR efforts, maybe try to support your local volunteer groups or your humane society, because often the rescue world is filled with some very unfortunate situations, and that is the reality of what we're faced with. Without further ado, here is our biddy rescue kitty. So I've often read that you can't hear kitties purr until a certain age, and quite frankly, that's bullshit. I've reared enough biddy kitties to know that I've heard kitties purr at a week old. I can still feel the umbilical stump. I'm pretty sure biddy kitty is a boy. Biddy kitty's ears are still slightly pinned, so I'm guessing I'm going to give this biddy kitty about a week old. I prefer to use hot water bottles wrapped up. It just helps regulate their temperature, since biddy kitties this size cannot regulate their temperature. Thankfully, I love my house like a sauna, so we're nice and warm in here. You have to make sure you're feeding them upright, because if you do not, they will aspirate. That's when the fluid gets into their lungs. Oftentimes you will see it come out of their nose. You are doing far too much. Can get syringes with a nipple. I'm just using a regular old syringe. I've done this so many times, I just get used to it. Another thing I do is I always keep Caro syrup on hand, because unfortunately, if a biddy kitty is going to fade, it's generally a hypoglycemia or nutrition deficiency. Other thing you will have to do, warm a paper towel or a cloth, and then you need to make sure that you clean the biddy kitty's bottom. At this age, they cannot urinate or defecate on their own, so you have to make sure that you're doing that for them and consistently, so they can pass any waste. Ta-da! He's gonna have a nice full tummy. After his tummy is full, I'm gonna burp him. Yep, that's right, I'm gonna burp him. This biddy kitty is eating like a pro. I use KMR formula, but you can use the off-brand. They are extremely similar. I also add unflavored Pedialyte just to aid in ensuring that there's nutrition, hydration, especially with biddy kitties where I don't know their previous history, how long they were abandoned for, how they got there. Another rule of thumb, try to underfeed instead of overfeed. It's actually a lot less dangerous to underfeed than it is to overfeed a biddy kitty. If you ever find a biddy kitty on the street, never, ever, ever feed anything else, and feed nothing right away. It's more important to ensure that the biddy kitty is nice and warm before you feed or attempt to feed anything. So I guess we're going to have to find this biddy boy a name, and I hope wherever this journey takes us, it will be an educational one that hopefully opens eyes and helps everybody make some better decisions of spay or neutering your pets. Are you gonna stay beefy, little buddy?